All right, so Angry Orange is still doing some rallies, and it's pretty cringy to be completely honest with you. This one was especially cringy though. So this one is in Rochester, Minnesota, and he is. When I heard this comment, like, I can't believe how stupid Trump actually is. And the thing is that if you want to know the core of Donald Trump, a lot of the things, some things are just lies, but other things are just cold, hard, real, like legitimate things about Donald Trump that he actually believes. But man, like this is some stuff that even like a 2 year old should understand. Like it's really, really basic stuff. I've just never heard a politician say such dumb well, I've heard some really stupid stuff from Sarah Palin. But honestly, it's hard to even count her, man, because she's so stupid. But he's going to be speaking about Medicare for all, which is something that I'm a huge advocate for. Let's see his comments on Medicare for all.
And you know, we've really opened up Minnesota. You see what's going on with the mines and the miners and the ore. Worst of all, a vote for Dan Feehan and Angie Craig is a vote for Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House. Can you imagine Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House? Don't do that to me. I didn't buy into that. Neither did you. If Democrats take charge, Maxine Waters will also. Now listen to this one. She's going to take over financial services in Congress. Can you believe it? Maxine Waters. That's one of the most powerful committees in Congress. If you want to stop Pelosi from becoming Speaker, if you want to stop Chuck Schumer from becoming Majority Leader, and if you want to stop the radical Democrats from running Congress, then you need to vote Republican. You have to get out there on November 6th and vote Republican. You got to get it and vote for these people. These are great people. A Democrat-controlled Congress would also pose a grave threat to Medicare. Now, you know what they're doing with Medicare. They'll destroy it. The majority of House Democrats have co-sponsored a socialist takeover of health care that would obliterate Medicare. Their plan is called Medicare for all, except they have no money. But it's really Medicare for none. Their plan would rob American seniors of the benefits they have paid. And they paid these benefits, and they paid so much money for their entire lives. And you take it away. Thank you, darling. Love these people. These people are so great. Republicans want to protect Medicare for our great seniors who have earned it and they paid for it. And we will always protect Americans with pre-existing conditions. We're going to take care of them. Some of the Democrats have been talking about ending pre-existing conditions, and some people have. You know what I say? We'll get a little more money from China. It'll be just fine. Okay? It'll be just fine. We'll be just fine. We're going to take care of pre-existing conditions, folks. Remember that. The lead sponsor of the Democrats, oh, think of this, the healthcare takeover. Who's the lead sponsor? I've been reading so much about him. He did predict I was going to win, by the way. I will say that. That's the only thing he's gotten right in a long time. Keith Ellison. Did you know that? No, he did. That's right. He was on a show the day after I announced. On June 16th, I came down the stair with Melania, who's right now in Africa, our First Lady. She's doing a great job. Doing a great job for the people of Africa. Amazing. But Ellison was on a show the day after I announced. And he looked at two people, the hosts. He said, you know he's going to win, don't you? And they smiled. One laughed. They smiled. They thought I was just doing this for fun. You think this is fun? You think this is a lot of work. A lot more work than anybody knew. And that's the last time he's been right. But I'm glad he was right about that. Ellison is the #2 official in the entire Democrat Party, and he recently marched in a parade wearing a shirt that read, "I do not believe in borders." Oh, that's wonderful. By the way, you don't have borders, you don't have a country, folks. This Democrat Party embraces radical socialism and open borders. The new platform of the Democrat Party is to abolish ICE. They want to unleash violent predators and ruthless killers, and you know it. Somebody would say, oh, gee, why is he saying that? That's not nice. It's true. Like MS-13, near our schools, near our families, and into our communities. No good. Republicans believe America should be a sanctuary for law-abiding Americans, not criminal aliens. And Republicans proudly stand with the brave men and women of ICE, Border Patrol, and law enforcement, our police. Great people. They do an incredible job. My administration has also reformed our
Yeah, that just gave me a massive facepalm. That is one of the stupidest things that I've ever heard in my life. But the thing is that it's very unfortunate, but I just think that that is something that actually appeals to those people in that room. And I think that it is more appealing to people than you would think at the face of it. But I think that because of how much he actually just dumbs it down to such basic shit, that it's very stupid, but it's a very simplistic statement, right? Like, oh, they call it Medicare for all, but really it's Medicare for none. Like, what? How stupid can you be? So first of all, on the face of it, the statement doesn't make any sense. But the Medicare for All system, as we already know, I'm going to go through a quick rundown. There was a study that even came out from a libertarian think tank that said that it would save us $3 trillion over a 10-year span. So currently the trajectory we're on right now, compared to the trajectory that we'd be on with the Medicare for All system, we'd save $3 trillion, which is a lot of money. So when people ask you, how are you going to pay for it? We're actually saving money, so there's no need to actually, there is nothing extra to pay for, because we'll be saving money under that system, because administrative costs will have been neutered. It will be nuked. It will just completely be brought down massively, because administrative costs from private insurance companies is through the roof, and that ends up costing a lot of money, overhead costs and different things like that as well. So you're talking about saving money and covering every single person in the United States with Medicare by giving them an insurance card. It's not a socialist takeover. I don't even know what that means, because you're giving people are acting as if this is some nationalization of the actual industry, as if the government's gonna they're gonna set up their own NHS version in the United States. But that's not what they're doing. What they're doing is more of a Canadian version. In Canada, 83% of the healthcare is privately delivered. And what they do is they're doing essentially the same thing that Bernie Sanders wants to do, which is giving Medicare, basically just giving a Medicare card to everyone in the nation so that everyone has insurance to go see a doctor, which is, think about it this way, right? We have a system right now where we're paying more money for a system that doesn't cover anyone, and the alternative is a system which is cheaper and it actually covers more people. Seems like a pretty boneheaded yes thing to me, right? And there's not all that much to get into here. Oh, I actually want to mention, he did say something about pre-existing conditions, like they're not going to go away. That, if we had gone under their plan, which they had the Obamacare repeal, they were going to get rid of the pre-existing conditions protection. The pre-existing conditions protection is easily one of the top, if not the top, Obamacare provision that there was, because that would, honestly, it was tragic the way that people were being treated, where it was, Basically, if you have an illness that's not profitable to us because it's going to cost us too much, well, goodbye. We're going to turn you away. That's pretty insane, right? I think everyone can agree on that, and that's why we ended up getting that as a provision in the first place. But anyways, and last thing I want to mention is he says like we'll get enough money we'll get some extra money from China. Like, dude, you're not getting shit from China, dude. Anything that you would possibly get, you're net losing because of your dumbass tariffs that are illogical tariffs that are just these like knee jerk, really stupid, boneheadedly dumb tariffs that don't make any sense. And it's going to end up worse, not better. But Donald Trump, man, honestly, sometimes I forget how stupid this guy is.